Hi guys, back again after a good few weeks, months. For reasons I won't get into, there's a reason why I've been away, but yeah, so there's just a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I'll save it for another video. But suffice to say, this is just a little update on the next edition of Christmas Caper. So this is what's going to be called the Two Eyes Blue edition. I've just tweaked a few things. There's a couple of tweaks on the title screen there. You'll see, obviously, noting the new edition. So this is now got 14 brand new levels. So the levels people have played previously, they're completely redesigned. So it's all 14 completely new levels and a new bonus stage. And they've been redesigned to accommodate a new enemy for Quasimodo, which has been thrown in there. Previously, if you obviously played the game through, there would have been just elves and two different types of elves. So there would have been like flying elves and just normal walking around nasty elves. The flying elves have been removed, and I put in a new enemy in its place now because they weren't really utilised as much as I wanted in the game for various reasons. Technically, at the time when I wrote it, so going back now a few years now since I first wrote this game, but I thought I'd just come out with a slightly different version for this December. All, like I say, still all being well. There's music to go in there yet. I've not done the new title screen music, so it's silent, and there's going to be a new in-game music and jingles and what have you going in. So that's still to be done, and hopefully I will get this done, because I don't know what's going. Because obviously there was plans for Christmas Caper 2 and other bits, and finishing off other games which I've had like part for some time. But yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen, like I say, in the next few months really. So they may happen, they may not, but we'll see. So this, like I say, is pretty much done in terms of its level design. This game, it's just going to be a few tweaks. Obviously, I'll hand this over to playtesters once all the music's in and what have you. But yeah, so it's just a few more tweaks on this. There might be an enemy floating around at the top of the screen as well. I might introduce on here, just a little bit more, and maybe the little sprigs of holly at the top might be slightly animated like they are in the game now. It's just like moving back and forward essentially. But yeah, so I'll probably just add that in. Just like I say, it's just got this little shine of this Two Ice Blue, and there's a little bit of like frozen little icicles or sort of thing beneath it. So that's sort of new, and I've added a few probably little ice balls at the bottom here or something, just to tweak the actual graphics. Where I've tweaked them, I've just like saved on other graphics so I can insert more basically. A few differences in the game. Let's just get into the game. So the new enemy, which you'll see at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, we've got a penguin in there now. We've got a nasty looking penguin. And these are pretty much a little bit more evil than the elves when they go into nasty mode. Like I say, so there's a few tweaks. You'll see the holly sprigs just animated there. There's we've got these ice cubes that now are active. They weren't active in the previous version of the game. They were just there for pretty much just for aesthetic purposes. But now what I've done, there used to be red flags, which were like you could freeze for time, but I've now turned it into an ice cube to freeze the timer if you collect them. So they're dotted around various levels. There's going to be, obviously, you've got this ice blue theme, so pretty much most of the screen is looking this like ice blue look to it. And there's just more snow and more ice everywhere, pretty much, just to give it that bit more frozen feel. Icicles everywhere and stuff like that. There's a few tweaks, I think, on a few other collectibles in the game, which you'll find out about in due course. I've changed the timer nasty mode depending on the level. So you know, if they go to nasty mode earlier. At the moment, I just set this timer starting way up at 999, I think, just for test purposes. But this will change. You see the snowflakes are now falling faster when you get into nasty mode as well. And they fire double the rate at what the elves do. Yeah, so they're like firing. The penguins are falling, like firing ice balls pretty much, and you can see how the snowballs that the elves are firing, but they look more like the snowballs and ice balls on the actual ground. So, and anything that gets hit when the elves freeze or the penguin freezes, they go to like a white frozen colour. Previously, it was like a cyan blue. But yeah, so that's to differentiate things. But yeah, it's yeah. So it's just, like I say, it's just a sneak preview of this one. I won't go into any other levels or anything like that. Like I said, all these little jingles in the background will change. There'll be some Christmas music in this edition, so it'll feel more like a Christmas game. Even more of a Christmas game, although some people do like it as it is. But yeah, so quite a few changes coming along. I'll just pause that now, but yeah, I always seem to pause it when Boris gets me there and make it look a bit weird, but yeah. He's quick. I tell you, that's another thing I've probably done. I've probably sped up Boris as well. So yeah, he's moving around, and he can move down to the bottom of the ground now. I think, I don't know if I did that in the last revision or not, but yeah, he's I think he's a bit quicker as well in places. So it's more, this game is more of a challenge than the previous one. I'll say that. So I think you do get maybe extra lives on this one compared to the previous version, just because of the extra difficulty. It shouldn't be too difficult that you can't complete it, but it has been ramped up, the difficulty element, I think, in this version, just to make it more of a challenge, because again, there's no point just releasing the same thing. So all being well, December, all being well, there'll be a tape edition. I've got to now redesign the loading screen again to include a penguin. So we've got penguins, elves, and we've got Boris in there now, so we've got 3 enemies basically, the Quasimodo. So but yeah, so that's it. It's just a quick preview. Like I said, there are other obstacles in this game I won't go into. You'll get to see them obviously come December time, when the game does get released. But that's it. It's just a brief one. Yeah. So more in the weeks and months to come. But anyway, hope you're all well, and I'll catch you in another video. Alright, cheers guys. See you again. Bye.